For Group 9's final project, we decided to take a survey of general political knowledge around campus to compare it to how politically informed people are on a national scale as well. And we picked questions specifically for that kind of comparison so that we could A, have more people be able to answer the questions, and B, compare those answers to other questions asked on a more national scale.
Okay, so for the first, I think we're only asking one question. That is, what is the electoral college system?
Like the amount of a specific number of votes that each state has.
And like, what does it do?
President. Like, I don't know. The president has to have a certain amount of electoral votes to become president, right?
So are you familiar with the electoral college system?
Yeah.
Do you know which state has the most electoral votes?
I think it's like California.
High five for that one.
Okay, what are the three branches of government and what do they do?
Judicial is like lawmaking. No. Judicial, the courts, executive, the president, and then legislative, lawmaking. Is that right? Okay.
How is the proportion of the Senate and the House decided?
I have no idea.
And that's okay.
The Senate uses a system of equal representation, meaning each state is allowed 2 senators. Meanwhile, the House's proportion is based off a state's population. The bigger the state, the more representation.
The Senate and the House decided.
My opinion
I think New Jersey
by a vote, by some sort of vote. I don't know.
How many amendments to the Constitution are there? Ballpark.
Okay,
Just guess.
I'm like thinking of Hamilton for some reason.
That's good.
47. I'm just thinking about numbers.
No, it's good. Thank you.
What are your First Amendment rights?
My First Amendment rights are speech. There's 5. Okay. Freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of press, freedom of... I don't know. I could think about it longer,
That's
but...
okay, you got one of them. Good job.
Wait, let me think just one more second.
Okay.
Press, religion, speech, the right to like get in groups. What's it called? Freedom to protest. Yeah, and then petition. The right to petition the government. Oh wait, okay, is that all 5?
Yeah.
Hey.
What is federalism?
I don't know.
It's basically you take a direct democracy, which is like people directly voting for like a person for like a higher position, and then a republic is where a group of people votes for somebody to represent them, and then the representative votes for another person to get. So it's like basically another degree of separation. And so what federalism does is it creates our like House of Representatives and Senate, so it apportions like votes based off of population and based off of equal representation. So it's like every state has 2 senators, and then also every state has representatives that are based on population.
What is the cause for the current government shutdown?
I don't know.
Do you want to know?
Yes.
It's because they couldn't pass this is embarrassing. There's like a budget, but like a yearly budget, but they couldn't pass because the Democrats and Republicans couldn't like decide on like where they wanted the budget to go and didn't pass it in the government.
Okay, got it.
What's the name of it?
Like a majority to pass the bill, and or it's like what's the word? But it's a different type of majority.
Supermajority?
Yeah, they need a super majority to pass the bill, but they can't get that because people aren't voting on the bill because they don't agree with it.
What's supermajority?
It's 60 votes.
60%.
Okay.
So like a simple majority is 51 over 49.
Yeah.
So supermajority is 86.
Okay, got it.
All right. So, do you guys know what gerrymandering is?
Yes.
Okay, what is it?
It's when politicians redraw district lines to put it in their favor, and so like, but Democrats and Republicans both do it. It's actually bad right now, even in Chicago. Yes,
I did know this.
Is that what? Yes. Okay.
Yes, thank you so much.
Hey, what can I say?
Do you guys know what an executive order is?
Yes. Wait, no, I don't know how to explain it, but I know what it is.
Okay, awesome.
Wait, what am I supposed to do?
No, it's just general knowledge. So if you don't know how to explain it, just say like,
Okay, please explain it for me.
okay, yeah, here,
Okay.
I'll explain it, and then because you know what it is,
Yeah.
you just prepare it.
Okay.
Basically, executive order is like a form of the president kind of skipping like the approval process
Yes.
in the two other branches of government.
Yes.
By issuing an executive order, it just goes straight to the law. It's straight goes.
I agree with this statement. Let this man run for president.
No.
What's the difference between civil liberties and civil rights?
Good question.
Thank you.
Maybe like the rights are what you have.
I'm assuming rights are like what you can do, and liberties are what like you have an obligation to do. Just what I'm assuming. I could be very wrong.
Do you want the answer?
Yeah,
Civil liberties are like constraints put on the government that protect your rights.
I see.
Yeah.
This is good to know.
This is
and
good
I
to
probably
know.
should have learned it earlier.
That's okay. I like. Here. Thank you. You're still too. Much appreciated.
Overall, a lot of the people who we interviewed, they knew of the concepts and understood them, but they weren't able to express them accurately. Our results imply that in general there needs to be an increase of political literacy around campus. The ability to express and define political terms is important to understanding policies and beliefs of political candidates. An increase of political literacy will help people step out of the hive mind and be more informed so they can actually understand the policies they are voting for and against and what different candidates believe and are promoting. Especially in terms of incumbency candidates, people are often to vote for them simply because they have done it before instead of taking time to actually research how their campaign and time in office will actually go. Political knowledge is important for democracy because it allows voters to make more informed decisions around supporting policies and candidates. This also holds candidates more accountable because voters understand the actions of the candidate better and the implications of policies, and it's harder for them to be manipulated. Being politically knowledgeable also increases civic engagement, which is necessary for democracy. In a direct democracy, it's important for citizens to stay informed about a candidate's policies, plans, values, etc. In local elections, informed voting has a more direct impact because the communities are smaller and voters often have closer connections to the candidates. This encourages honesty and transparency from those running in office. In contrast, presidential elections feels a lot less personal, and while it's still important to stay informed about national issues, these decisions don't always affect people automatically. As a result, many people vote more based on party affiliations rather than the actual policies themselves. Political awareness then becomes more about debating opposing sides rather than making educated voting choices. The electoral college system also makes presidential voting feel less direct because citizens vote for electors and then the electors is who votes for president, meaning the outcome depends more on the electoral votes and individual ones. And this makes people, especially like younger generation, feel like their vote does not count. When voters are informed, they elect leaders who they believe truly represent them.
But when voters are not informed, they end up electing people who abuse their power and make decisions based on a spoil system rather than merit.
As previously mentioned, we asked pretty general questions so that a random sample might have a higher likelihood of being able to answer. Our three simplest questions were relating to the branches of government, the Electoral College, and the First Amendment. We then compared these answers we got to similar surveys conducted on a national scale. In a 2025 Edinburgh Constitution Day civic survey, 79% of respondents were able to cite the freedom of speech as a constitutional right, 70% were able to list all three branches of government, and 48% were able to cite the freedom of religion in the First Amendment. In our survey, students were able to list all First Amendment rights and branches of government. However, the Pew Research Center found in a 2023 survey that only 40% of Americans knew what the function of the Electoral College is. We found similarly that students were not as informed on this subject. For the most part, the results we got were about what we expected. DePaul students are pretty well versed in political knowledge, but there are definitely areas where students could do a little bit more research.
Having political knowledge means the decision-making process that you go through is more informed, and therefore so is your vote. The more political knowledge the people have, the better functioning democracy is, because it enables citizens to hold their governments accountable, make informed decisions, and actively participate in their community and civic engagement. It has been shown that people who are more politically knowledgeable have higher confidence that their vote matters, and will therefore play a more active role in upholding democracy through voting or other measures. With political knowledge, people are less likely to become sheeps by simply following their political party or get manipulated by candidates or other members of the government. Political knowledge is an essential part of democracy, and it can help provide people with comfort that their voice matters. Thank you.
Ways to get more informed. One of the most effective ways to strengthen democracy is by ensuring that people have regular access to accurate, unbiased political information. The work of becoming informed doesn't require any particularly advanced political knowledge. It starts with the development of regular patterns of awareness. For us students, one of the easiest steps is to vary sources of news rather than relying on social media platforms, which often magnify misinformation or opinion-based content. Reputable outlets such as the Associated Press and the PBS NewsHour provide factual coverage of national and international events. Additionally, the students can subscribe to newsletters like The Skim or NPR's Up First that summarize major political developments in a few minutes each day. Beyond news, taking advantage of campus resources such as DePaul's political science letters, civic engagement workshops, and student organizations like the DePaul Democrats or college Republicans can help expand one's understanding of differing viewpoints. Actively participating in discussions, attending debates, and fact-checking information before sharing it online also contributes to a more informed and responsible campus community. Finally, following government websites like congress.gov or whitehouse.gov provides direct insight and legislation and executive actions free from media biases. By adopting these habits, students can become more aware and confident voters and strengthen not just their own political literacy, but also the democratic process.